Yeah. Welcome everyone to this new episode of Another City Opinion podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and here we are. Here we are. Been a nice week. It's gonna be a nice, decent, calm episode. There's a few topics that came along that got people talking. But to start it over, we're gonna start over with something, good news. Good news. I feel like when an artist finally gets to own their that complete rights and their masters is great news to hear because we always hear about artists and having to fight corporations and people just to get
Right.
their shit back. So, well, this past week, Ashanti announced that she completely owns her masters, and with that, she will re-record her debut album. I guess she's gonna update it with some other stuff, but she's gonna re-record it and I guess put that out there. Maybe she'll probably add a track or two or some bonus track, but that's her
But
plan.
my only question, Johnny, does that mean she gets? Because I was trying to look it up, right? So does that mean she gets the songs that she wrote too? So has she wrote because I'm Real by J Lo, and then like
Um,
another
I
another
think
J Lo song. Is those her masters too? Because she wrote it, or those are not her? Those are Murder Inc.
I think those are still those like songs that she wrote will still go down as what's owned to Murder Inc.
Okay.
I think that's how it goes. I think it's like the songs you record. I think there's also rights, for songwriters. They have also rights they could get through songs, but I don't. Since the fact that they wrote it, I don't think. I, well, I think it's different cases, but I don't know if they can fully own the track that they wrote because they didn't know if you write a track for someone and they put the song out. I don't think you could completely own that track unless you buy like the other shares. So say you wrote a song for me and I feature another artist on it. I think we all have like a rights to own the record, but I think the label will own it outright unless one of us. I'm an independent artist, but if I sell my right to the record to you, that way you completely own it. I think that's how it'll work, especially like
Okay.
other artists.
Okay.
I think when it's your song, like if it's your song, I think if she was on the song, she would have the right. But I think that since I think that's just a Murder Inc. record.
Okay.
I could be wrong in my definition of it, but I think that's how it is. I think every record of all her, like she like recorded and everything is completely hers now.
Okay.
But I'm happy for her, because
I mean,
a lot of artists don't get to get their rights.
I just I don't know.
What
Mm,
happened?
I just feel like Ashanti was big and she had a few big hits, but I don't see her remaking that album. Does that make sense? Like I don't see it being I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't
no. What was you gonna say?
no, I don't see it being a big impact. I mean, the album was cool back then,
Mm-hmm.
but for her to make it again, Johnny, I just don't see it. Unless she's gonna change beats and stuff, you get what I'm saying? Like add different beats and add,
I
then
think that
that's
might
dope.
be. I think that might be. I think
But
they're gonna touch it up, make it more high def, like put like the new technology that's out now. They're just gonna.
oh, okay, because if it's just a remake of the same beats and the same sound, I don't see that hitting this like around this time. I
They're
could
probably gonna
be
tweak it up a
wrong,
bit.
Johnny, but
I'm saying I think what she's gonna do, she's gonna tweak a couple of tracks here and there, and probably add like 4 or 5 bonus tracks.
the only thing is with these Gen Zs, I just don't see that album being good to them. Maybe to us, it'll bring us back to like the
The
90s and
time.
shit.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't see it being good for them. I don't, because they really don't know Ashanti like that. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Nah, I completely understand what you're saying. I completely
Like
understand.
they probably look at Ashanti and be like, oh, she bad. But I don't think they really know her music like that. Like
I
I
feel
could
like,
be wrong, but
but that's why
I
I
just
feel like if she wants to do something, she should try to put new music and then work on that. But I guess it's probably stuff when that album came out that she wanted to do, but she didn't really have much say as he wanted, and she's probably getting an opportunity to do it 20 years
I
later.
I get that, but unfortunately, time has passed and
Yeah, it's just one of
shit just
just
doesn't hit the same.
hmm
You get what I'm saying? And that's why these new artists are taking old beats and tweaking them. Like
yeah, that's the trend
nobody
right
want to
now.
hear
Is it? Yeah.
right. Nobody want to hear that old shit. That Ashanti. Listen, that's just my opinion. I don't want to hear the old shit Ashanti put out. I don't.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
but
don't.
now I understand what you're saying. If you're gonna put something out, just put some new music out.
Right.
Like that, or put something out that's unreleased that nobody ever heard before,
Right.
and then just throw that on the album. It's like this was supposed to make the album, but didn't make the cut. We're gonna
Right.
release this. I
Like
think
like
I
J.
think that'll
Cole
be good.
did.
hmm
But J. Cole did that. He said, um,
I forgot the trap. I know what track you're talking about. He said he's been writing for it for years. He's been writing the same track.
right.
And it was supposed to be
Right.
on one of his albums, but it didn't make the cut. And he always held on to it. Then he finally put it on the off season. I just don't remember
Right.
the track it was.
Right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing against Ashanti. I'm just saying like nobody want to hear that old shit. Nobody. Nobody want to hear that old shit.
Yeah, because
I
it's
don't
already
care who.
accessible. It's already there. I can listen to it. Unless you make a drastic change, I could just go to Apple Music right now and play the record that I want to hear. It's already
Right.
I have access to it.
Right.
I can play it all.
That's all I'm saying is
No, I'm
that
saying
shit
that.
ain't nothing
It's
new to
just
us.
it's just like how sometimes movies, like 20 years later, they they just change how it looks to make it look better. They put it in the movie theaters for like a good 2 weeks. They bring it
Right.
back to movie theaters. Probably one of those things.
That should be whack.
Shit, Nicki Minaj just did that with her tape that she came out. I'm just saying she recently just did that.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't understand the shit because that shit was whack.
but it was mixed in with a couple of new records. It was a couple of
Right,
new
but
records.
still, you gotta skip the old records to get to the new records. Nobody got time for that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Johnny. When a new record hits, we just want to hear new shit.
Ah, I
Nobody
completely
wants to.
understand.
Nobody wants to hear this.
Yeah, I completely.
Nobody want to hear old shit.
Yeah, I completely understand that. But I was
Unless,
just saying, what happened?
because
Unless what?
again, if it's on, if it's because unless it's not on like when her shit drops, right?
hmm
And I remember personally me, I was listening to that shit every day because we didn't get to hear it for a long time because it wasn't on any music platforms, right? So
hmm
I get it. That shit makes sense, right? Because
Yeah,
it
because you
wasn't
didn't
on
have
no music,
access to it. Like
right?
another artist whose music was old but wasn't really on any streaming platform. Prince was like that too. So I'm pretty sure
Right.
when his shit hit, everybody went to listen to it. Because like now I can go to whatever music platform you use, I can search him up and I can listen to his music because it wasn't there. So I understand. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I could go find an Ashanti song. I want to listen to Ashanti right now. On from that album, I could go right now and listen to the track
Right.
from it because it's there. But yeah, I understand that point. I understand that point. But I'm happy she owns the masters, and I'm for all artists getting their rights and masters
Right. I am too.
because I feel like
I am too.
that's the key to everything. Your masters, you could do whatever you want with it. But moving on to
Does
some
Ye own his masters?
now, I'm not 100. I think now possibly
Okay.
he
I just
might,
wanted to know.
because I know there was was it a track or interview that came out a while back where he said Jay-Z sold his masters. I don't know. I think I'm not 100% sure if Kanye owns his, but I think he's someone who's on the track to try to get his masters. I don't know if he
Okay.
got it yet, but I know a few months ago it was like a whole leak group, not group text, like a text message exchange or something leaked, transcripts leaked talking about Jay-Z sold Kanye's masters a few years ago, but I don't know like the
Oh.
status of it now. But that was I think a few months ago. But I'm pretty sure he's someone that's been planning and plotting on trying to get his masters back if he doesn't have it.
Okay. I just want to know what. I just want to know.
hmm But moving on, so Robin Thicke, the video came out what 2013, 2013.
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
And that song itself had controversy because of he had like a battle for the sample, like for the sample of the song,
Right.
and now model slash actress, because I actually seen it in a couple of movies. That was on the video. She was in the video. Has came out years later and accused him of sexual assault, and that's it, right? Sexual assault, sexual harassment, or just sexual assault.
I think sexual harassment.
Nah, it might be assault or both. It might be both, but I think she said he on the set of the video he groped her and some.
Right.
I believe that's what it was on the set.
He fondled her.
Mm-hmm.
She put. This is what she said. So allegedly, she pushed my chin forward and shrugged, avoiding eye contact, feeling the heat of humiliation, and pumped through my body. I didn't react. Not really. Not like I should have. So here's the thing. I understand a victim is probably scared to come out depending on how big or how, how famous the actor might be. And I get that. I get that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks weird when you have a book coming out, you trying to sell a book, and now it's coming out through that. This is where it becomes like, okay, so are you really trying to just get paid for this story, and did this really happen? And I get it as a victim, you are allowed to write your memoirs, whatever you want to do that. But I just find it so weird. 10 years later, you're writing a memoir. You're not one of the biggest top models anymore. You're not one of the biggest video girls or actresses. So the money's probably not coming in as good as it used to. So you're now selling a memoir, and now all of a sudden you robbing thick.
Yeah, I think I didn't even know she was writing a book. That kind of, I'm not gonna say like it kind of takes away from the allegations. I'm saying because she could still be, even though it's poor timing, she could still be a victim. Like what she's accusing him of could have really happened.
I get that, but Johnny, it
But
just seems
it's just the fact is like instead of coming out and just trying to do you putting out a book where it obviously gonna make money of, and we all know controversy sells. So you put something controversial enough or juicy enough in your book, people will buy to read it because they want to see the controversial stuff. So now it's in your mind, you could be a victim, but to the person on the outside that has no, basically just an unbiased look into the situation, they're just gonna look at it as, are you really a victim or are you just trying to put something in your book to sell your book?
right.
So and I completely understand that. And it's tough. It's like if she is a victim, I don't know if this is the best way to go about it, but I want to know the best way. So I want to be able to tell someone the best way to go about things. But I'm just saying, just on the
I
outside.
don't think there's a best way. I think as victims, you are allowed to choose the way you want to go about it, 100%. But I think at some point, it's just like
it's somewhat. I'm not trying to devalue the accusation, but it just takes away from the accusation because the first thing you're gonna think, a regular person's gonna think, oh, this is some type of scheme for some money,
not only does it take away.
Nah, it's somewhat in a way it does because it's like, would you?
No, it does. It does.
If you wasn't writing this book, would the story ever come out? Like
it does. Again, it does. But I just feel like at some point, as we just can't say, I'm tired of hearing like a girl comes out and say this guy sexually harassed her, and then we just go with it. At some point, we have to say, what happened to the innocent until proven guilty? Like, you know what I'm saying?
always,
Like, so
I'm not gonna lie, it's always supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. Like,
right, but I feel like because of these women are allowed to put accusations out there, that proven guilty stuff has gone out the window.
Oh no,
and that's not fair because
accusations now is more held as much weight as being proven guilty 8
Right.
times now.
But now
So
you're gonna ruin this man's.
nah,
Listen,
but
listen. I just think it's fucked up, and I think today's society is just because we at that point. And I listen. I don't blame any victim, but at the same time, we have to have the mindset like Robin Thicke until proven guilty is innocent. You get what I'm saying?
hmm yeah, no, it's not like jump on the bandwagon. Oh, he did it, because we don't know if he did it or not. He's accused of, and whatever happens from the situation, I don't think anything will be pursued after this. I think it's just a book that's going to stir some controversy, and it depends on how he responds to it. Also,
Right.
most likely he's going to deny it, but you got to see how he
But he
responds.
hasn't responded at all, which I don't know if his publicist or whatever is telling him
It's
like
just they
don't
taking their
respond.
time. They probably orchestrating the right response, making sure
Right.
you say the right thing, and it could just like blow over. Because if you say the wrong thing, this shit gonna be talked
Right.
about for a while. So I'm pretty sure they coming together with the perfect response that they could come up with, and when that time is, that's when you'll get his response to the to accusation. But again, we're all victims, because fortunately shit like this does happen in the world. I wish them all the best, and
Yep.
it's her story, so she's telling her story, and we'll see where it goes from here. We'll see where it goes. If this goes any further and gets more
Right.
controversial, we'll talk about it more. But till then, we'll see how it goes. Maybe they battle it out and they file some stuff to delay the release of the book. Because when you make
Right.
accusations like this, it could be you could use the court to do certain shit. So maybe the book doesn't come out till certain shit is changed up. Who knows? But we'll keep y'all posted on this. We'll keep tabs on it, make sure, and then update y'all how the situation goes. But to a much lighter topic, and also I know it got a lot of people, a lot of people talking, because everybody's gonna rep their city and say their city is this, their city is that. So everybody's gonna be for their city, which is nothing wrong with that. Everybody has pride for their city. But 21 Savage was on DJ Academics podcast, and Academics asked him basically Atlanta versus anyone, and then he 21 basically said in the past. Academics was basically talking about the past 5 years. But then 21 basically scratched that, said Atlanta versus any city basically all time. They'll beat, he likes his city's chances versus the world all time music. Now we're going to discuss, is Atlanta the capital? They put out the best music all time. Is that the city with the best music ever? Or is there other cities that we could see beating Atlanta in the verses? 20 records, all time.
New York.
I don't know. I know for a fact New York beating Atlanta all time. It's 20 for 20 all time. I have Atlanta ranked number 3 amongst the cities.
Why?
Number 3, number 1, I have New York, and
Okay.
number two, I have LA. LA has big a lot of legendary records. I think I ranked them number 2. They have their names too. You don't think LA?
No, I think Atlanta comes before LA,
I don't
in
know
my
about that.
opinion.
You got the Snoops, you got the Dre, you got the Kendricks, you got what? You got no. There's a lot of music coming out of LA. It's a lot. Obviously, currently is not the same, but we're talking about all time.
Right.
I have them ahead of
But well, New York is definitely
number 1. Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah, that's not the conversation. Like New York is definitely number one. But yeah, I that's how I have it. I have Atlanta number three. Then I was looking at like all the other cities. There's
I
all
would think Chicago would be in the
Chicago.
top
Chicago's
five.
probably number four, number five, but Chicago's definitely Chicago's top five
Right.
because obviously Chicago got Kanye, then it has the new era with its drill artists that made some songs. There's a couple of artists. They have another big artist, but he's not. We can't really put him in the conversation. But they have another big artist also that unfortunately can't be in the conversation.
Why?
You said why? I'm pretty sure they're not going to use his
Mhm.
music to be played in the verses because that he's certainly facing. He's been convicted of sex trafficking, all types of sex crimes.
So does J Cole not consider is not considered a Chicago rapper?
Not J Cole's from Carolina. Was it Carolina? Yeah, he's from Carolina. J Cole's from Carolina. I just don't recall if it's North or South Carolina.
We're gonna look it up.
Yeah. J. Cole's from one of the Carolinas and he spent a lot of his time in New York. So what you call it? Any city wants to claim him, even though he claims Carolinas, New York has if they want to try to claim him, but he's from North or South, I just don't recall. I think it's North. What
Hmm. Hmm.
what they got him at?
They have him as Carolina, but he, I guess, moved to Chicago somewhere in his life.
But yeah, as I'm saying, J. Cole's from North Carolina. But he went to college in New York.
Right.
Went to St. John's.
I mean, Chicago has Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, they got Chance, Kanye. But I think their biggest heavy hitter will be Kanye. Like they got Twister as well. Who else is from Chicago? I'm
It
trying to
doesn't
think.
matter. Atlanta is not fucking with New York.
Of course, that was the point of the question. Is like Atlanta versus everybody.
Right, but that was a dumbass question because
But he repped his city. Well, he did what he was supposed
I
to
get
do.
that. But that just shows like, do you listen to music? Because most good rappers come out of New York.
Almost every good rapper is out of New York.
Right, and that's just common sense right there.
Yeah. I don't think anybody could beat New York in the verses.
Yeah, that would be hard. That would be really hard. 'Cause that means you have to go against Jay.
You could take a couple of records from Jay, you could take a couple of records from Nas,
That's what
Biggie.
I'm saying.
You you could go. There's a whole thing that could grab from in New York.
Right. I mean, that's just listen. It's dumb.
Hmm.
That was that was really dumb. I mean, I get what he was trying to go with, but facts can prove that New York is better.
But I think Atlanta has a better chance if you do the past 5 years. Like the past 5 years, I think Atlanta has a chance. And I think
Okay.
that's where academics went to try, but he said, scratch that, we're gonna go all time. So every artist, every record's on the table, so anything could be used. And Atlanta has put out a lot of music and it's been the place that's been putting out a lot of music lately. But
Right. No, I get you.
I don't think they beat New
No.
York. New York
Right.
is the birthplace of hip hop, and New York always produces artists year after year. So we're gonna end that conversation like that. But again, back to our city, New York City. Man, oh man, it's this New York laying that hammer down. You ain't getting that shot. Can't do shit now. You ain't getting that shot. You losing your job. So,
I mean, but how long have they been saying this, Johnny? How long have they been saying, like, if you work in the medical field that you need to get your shot, not only to protect other people, to protect yourself? And I get it. People who worked in the medical field are saying, like, yo, there was a time where we had to be in the front line of this COVID and we didn't have no vaccination. But I think the whole logic behind that was we didn't have a vaccination then. Now we do. We want you guys to be protected. And if you can't protect yourself and protect others, then maybe you shouldn't be in this field. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Um, I get that the nurses and doctors are saying, like, we worked during the COVID. All we had was masks. But remember that they were petrified and how they couldn't come home to their kids and how they had to sleep in like the basement or the garage because they were scared to come home to their kids. And now that there's a prevention to help them so they could come feel comfortable coming back home to their kids and their loved ones, I would have thought they would have took it.
well, they feel like it's their choice, and they feel like they don't like it being forced upon them. They feel like they would take it. I don't know the situation, but I feel like the fact that it's being forced upon them and given the time, they would take it. But
But you
seventy
do you
thousand.
do get you do get what I'm saying to you,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, I
So
do.
they
I'm saying that. Yeah.
they basically telling you, well, y'all was complaining that, basically this was gonna kill you guys and y'all didn't want to come back home to your families and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Now we giving you the prevention so that you could come back to your loved ones and be okay.
Yeah.
Why not take it?
But damn, 70,000 people. That's yeah. 70,000 people don't got a job now. That's a lot of people, bro.
I
That's
know it's a lot
a
of
lot of people.
I
Like,
know it's a lot of people. Listen, I had to get the COVID shot due to my job as well because I work in the medical field and I get it. At first I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I understood that I do come home to a kid and a husband and and it just doesn't make sense for me not to get prevention on, saving their lives and saving others. Because I am day to day with very old people and it's just not fair. But I get what you're saying. 70,000 people is a lot.
it's like,
It's a lot
damn.
of people.
That's
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of.
of people. I get it. I get that part.
It's
But
like, damn. 7,000 people. Oh, you ain't get this needle. Don't come to work on Monday. Don't come to work
right.
on Monday.
And a lot of jobs now, if you don't have it, they're not hiring you. Period. I know how many we hiring at the hospital, and so many people got turned away because
Don't got at least one shot.
not even one shot, and they sit in the interview room and they ask them like, "Do you have your COVID shot?" And they're like, "Nope," and the interview stops right there
I'm not
and it
gonna
ends.
hold you. I'll go to interview. I'm like, yeah, I got that shot. Yeah, I
You
got
gotta
that.
show proof, Johnny.
I'm be like, yo, I didn't know I had to bring that to the interview. I left that shit at home. You gotta, man. I know people done why they went into jobs. I know people got a job. They ain't vaccinated. I know that happens. I know that.
Well, it's a little harder to do that in the hospital because
Oh yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
you gotta download like a wallet thingy to show like
I know. There's like a whole app, and then you scan it, and it
right,
shows. Oh look, he took his shot.
right.
But, yo, New York is fucking crazy, man. Can't even enjoy a good day in New York.
You cannot unless you're going outside. And at this point, Johnny, is getting so cold that you won't be able to enjoy like certain things.
Yeah, you just gotta hibernate like a grizzly bear or the bears and come out in the springtime. Just
Right.
hibernate. But that's just crazy. That whole shit is crazy. So now 70,000 people probably gonna have to leave New York and find a job elsewhere. Pretty sure there'll be openings amongst places. I still think with the pandemic, there's still people scared to work, not trying to work, and then they probably just gonna have to go to one of those states that's more open to, oh, you want to work? Come, you can come work for us. We don't care if you got the shot or
Right.
not.
Right. I mean, at
Yeah.
some point, it's just listen.
I'm pretty sure I can see a lot of those people taking their talents to New Jersey. New Jersey look like they don't give a shit. The
They
time
don't.
I be in Jersey, I was at the Jets game Sunday. People, there's a mixture. No mask. People walk. It felt like a regular day pre-pandemic. That's what it felt like in that stadium yesterday. Pre-pandemic. Everybody just there, enjoying themselves, doing what they got to do. But that's the atmosphere in Jersey. So some people might want to take their talents there, take their talents to Florida. I know Florida don't really care about COVID vaccination like that.
Listen, DR. I just came back from DR. They care about the vaccination.
They was asking for proof to go.
They wasn't asking for proof, but if you don't have your vaccination, they certain things they will not let you do.
It's wild, man. It's wild, wild world. But everyone stay safe. We always, like I said, when we talk about this topic, we want to take that shot. You take it. If you don't, you don't. But maintain safe practices. But if you live in New York,
Right.
you got to take it. Unfortunately, but
If you live in
hopefully,
New York, you can't do shit unless you take it.
I think New York and San Francisco. San Francisco.
Listen, I went to Panera Bread, okay, and they asked me to show them my proof of vaccination just to eat a soup inside.
That's ridiculous. You said Panera Bread. What the fuck is that? Like, oh my,
McDonald's too.
that's crazy. I can't just eat this burger real quick. Nobody goes to eat. When people say eat McDonald's, is to eat real quick because they about to go do something. I can't even sit down.
Nope, nope. It's okay, Johnny. Just get your shot. You'll be
That's
good.
wild. You said McDonald's. I can imagine myself being Mickey D's getting something off the dollar menu. Like, I'm about to eat this real quick. Oh, yo, you got your shot? What you mean? Oh, you don't got your shot? You
They
gotta
will
go.
card you.
Yo, nah, New York is crazy. They
It's
going,
okay. Just get your shot.
they go.
You gonna be Gucci. The movie theaters ain't playing with people. We had to show our vaccination cards to get inside the movie theaters. And even then, if they see with your mask down, they come around and be like, unless you eating. No, for real, unless you eating the
I'm not.
popcorn and shit.
I'm pretty sure but nah, in a space like that, you want to keep your mask on because you're in a enclosed
Right.
like
Right.
space. But shit, if I'm eating my popcorn, like, oh, I'm trying to drink my beverage, my mask gonna be down for a little bit.
No, they let you if you eating. But if
Nah,
they
I'm
see
not.
you like,
I'm saying what I would do is say I just don't happen to take a handful of popcorn at the moment. Someone came to me and did that. I would just grab a handful and go like that. That's what I'll do.
listen, I just feel like people know what this New York is coming to, and at some point, all right, we wouldn't know. At this point, I feel bad for those 70,000 people, but at the same time, it's like y'all knew this was coming though. I hope y'all had like a backup plan
I
because
think
for the last couple of months they've been saying they were going to do this.
I think what New York was holding out hope that it would be blocked. I think they was holding out
Right,
hope that this wouldn't be it wouldn't like they knew they was trying to enforce it, but they was holding out hope that it wouldn't be allowed to go this way. It was hoping out it would be
right,
blocked. I think the teachers it was blocked for the teachers though.
right.
Cause I know they're trying to mandate the teachers to get vaccinated. But I think it was blocked. The judge blocked it for the teachers, but the judge ain't blocking for the healthcare workers.
Right.
But maybe those 70,000 people get at least one shot and get their jobs back. But that's also another topic that will be ongoing. But shit is shit is crazy in this city, man. Crazy city, crazy city. Well, moving on, more music. This weekend it was announced who will perform at the halftime show of this year's Super Bowl, which this year's Super Bowl will be taking place in California, Los Angeles, in that new
Right.
stadium that was built that debuted this year.
Right.
But yeah, in that new stadium, actually, I think the stadium debuted last year, but it's just that it's allowed. There's people in the stadiums now, but in this stadium in LA, they announced they will have Mary J, Snoop, Dr. Dre,
Uh-huh.
Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar to perform at this year's Super Bowl. What you think of the card? Think good card, great card, alright card, or they could have did better?
Where do I start? This makes my head hurt. Because when I think of Super Bowl game, I think of like pumping music up. What fucking song Eminem has that's pumping? Give me one.
I don't know about pumping, but he could play something that'll get people like a different
One
pumped up.
song.
He could play.
One song.
He could play. He could play "Lose Yourself." He could play in the spirit of the football game. He could play "Lose Yourself." That would be a little more like, man, till I collapse. His, as I'm saying, him pumping up the players would be his music will be a different type of amp versus the other artists. The other artists is more
Who other artists? What is Mary J playing?
to play any of her records. I'm pretty sure people enjoy the show.
Who?
And
What the hell is Dr. Dre playing?
Ain't Nothing But a G Thing with him and Snoop. And that's a it's in California, they're gonna get the love. They're gonna get love regardless. And then they got Kendrick. They mixed it up. They got the old with the new. Kendrick can play anything. Kendrick's one of the bigger artists of today. He is, dude.
John, right? He is, but his again, these artists ain't like when you think of Super Bowl. Who do you think of? What's the number? No jokes, all jokes. I want you to say the first person that comes to your mind when you think of the Super Bowl. Don't front.
First person I think of when I think of a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm been on the bag with the past couple of years, but I think Janet Jackson deserves to re-perform at the Super Bowl because of the
No,
incident that
I'm not talking
happened.
about perform. Again, I'm talking. Listen, when I'm asking you the question is, when you think of Super Bowl performances, who do you think of?
The big artists, like the big name artists.
Who do you think when you say, okay, I want like the best performance I've seen at halftime?
Oh, like of all time, who's the
Right.
best? Ooh, there's been a couple. There's been a couple. I know you want to be like, oh, John, Beyonce performed at the halftime show. Say Beyonce, but there's been a couple.
Because that's no,
Was that the
because
best
that's
performance all
who.
time?
If you
That was the best
fine,
performance all
if
time.
you was to say a halftime performance and ask somebody, give me one halftime performance you remember, Beyonce is gonna be number one. Bruno Mars is probably gonna be one.
Bruce was good. When Prince performed, Prince's halftime show was dope too.
Right, Janet. And what do these people all have in common? Their music is a upper.
I
Dr.
understand that.
Dre, right? Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Kendrick. None of their music is like really
Up,
right.
yeah. I understand. I know. I understand that point you're saying, but I feel like because the location and the crowd, I think it's the perfect fit.
I don't think so, John.
I think it's I think it has the
I
potential to
don't
be
think
dope.
location. I I don't think location has a play on the artist on the crowd.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a lot of people from California there, but there's also gonna be a lot of people from around the world at that event.
Right. It's a football. It listen. It's the Super Bowl. People pay now for those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm losing you.
Now what
What I'm
happened?
trying to what I'm trying to say to you, John, is that I just think when I think of halftime, I think of performances, right? Think of dancing. I think of
Well,
you get what
unfortunately,
I'm
not. You know what I'm saying? Not, I understand what you're saying. Not every artist can go out there singing and bust a move. Like,
right, but that's what you think of when you think of halftime.
but I'm always been one person. I felt like more rappers should have got more opportunities to do halftime shows. That's how I felt
And why?
because I feel like it deserves a place proper. I think it deserves a proper,
I don't know. And
I don't
I want
think
you to
I no. I'm saying
I want you to explain.
I feel like
Because
hip hop hasn't been getting its proper respect. Like, I feel like when it comes to rap doesn't get its flowers that it deserves. And by putting these
man,
rappers on, it gets its
that's
flowers.
not fair to say for halftime though. That's not fair to say for
Yeah, it's
halftime.
acknowledging these
No,
artists as great
no,
rappers come perform, rock
no,
the
no,
shout,
no,
rock the stadium.
no, no. Because I think the standard they set now, having these particular artists on that stage for halftime, you're not gonna get a good outcome. I'm sorry, you're
I'm
not.
not gonna lie, the NFL messed it up because now artists have to pay if you want to be on the halftime show. So you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like if you want to be on the
You're
halftime show,
right,
you gotta
but
pay.
why, Johnny? Because it's publicity. It's
Yeah.
free publicity. Okay, so why not pay?
I feel like making someone pay to perform, like I gotta pay you to perform at your venue, is not. It just takes away from it.
But you pay to perform, and then you get the following, the record sales that people going. Listen to me. Now people gonna go back and listen to your shit. So now you get the streaming points. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Mhm.
So it balanced out. But again, I just don't think that these particular artists is what people look for in halftime. Now, if we doing a 90s tour, I'm good with this. This is actually a perfect mix. Boom. But for halftime, I don't think so. And that's just my
I
opinion. I don't think
I'm
so.
gonna hold out hope. I'll be disappointed if the halftime show is not what it lives up to. But I'm holding out hope that it's gonna be one of the greatest halftime shows of all time. Rap needs its flowers. I'm happy it's getting its
You
flowers.
doing you really going you really try to you that's clout. You really you try to hope for the best. I listen, I hope for you is the best. I'm gonna watch it because my husband watches football, so I mean halftime is like halftime.
Mhm.
But personally, I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
it's it's a, it was a different group. It wasn't expected, but it was different. It's a different group. It was a group. I was shocked. Like, wow, that's the group they put together. But it's a cool group.
you liked it. You know, you had a moment where you almost cried when
No,
you saw Eminem and Dr. Dre, and you was like, oh shit, Kendrick Lamar. You was like, all fans of rappers like, oh, they started to cry and shit.
you know what I'm
This shit
saying.
gonna be
But I
horrible.
definitely know it has the potential to be a great show to be dope, and that's all I want is a dope show.
Okay,
But we're
I
gonna
hope
keep
you
it.
get that.
We're gonna keep it music. So there's a possible something coming back from our childhood. The possibility of something returning from back. A blast from the past.
I love Basement.
So no,
I used to run home just to watch the Basement.
Tigger posted that the rap basement might be coming back. I'm surprised it took so long. They should have brought it back.
Because BET is about the drama. I can't stand BET.
Yeah, BT
It's
ain't the
all
same.
about right. It was the rap basement and then 106
106.
106
Mm.
apart. And then what was that other one with the cartoon girl? What was that?
What was
What
it?
was that?
Trying to remember the whole BT lineup.
Hold on. I got this. Hold on.
the whole that whole lineup. Because it'll be 106 till what? 106 came off at 8. Then it'll be a BT movie at 8 o'clock. Then, depending on how long that movie is, paid programming, and then BT. Then it was like the gospel stuff. And then
No, this girl was before.
no, I'm saying, yeah, no, I said it was rap in the base. It was in rap basement, 106. Then at 8 o'clock, it was the BET special. They would play a movie at 8 o'clock after 106 went on. And after that movie, it'll be paid programming. After paid programming, it'll be the gospel stuff till like 2, 3 a.m. And that's when the BET Uncut came on. And after BET Uncut was back to paid programming.
Was it BT Uncut? No, it wasn't.
Now BET
BT, no. You
was
wasn't
at
supposed to
two,
be
three.
watching and BT Uncut?
That came on like at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, you wasn't supposed to be watching that.
Nobody was supposed to be watching that, but it was there, so it was there. So if you was up late at night, you watched it.
You was not supposed to be watching that.
Nobody was. None of us was supposed to be watching that. BNC Uncut. You found out the cartoon that was playing?
Yeah.
What was it?
So it was if you remember it was the center.
The center.
She was like a little, cartoon and she used to be in the camera. Her body was banging. I'm like, why the cartoon body is banging though?
That's how it was
She had like no hair.
when we was younger. That's just how it was.
So it went like this. It went the basement, 106 in Park. Access granted. BET next. Then BET After Dark. And that's how it went. And then they had
I
like
forgot about that access granted, BT access grant. I forgot all about that.
That used to be the shit too.
That's like the behind the scenes. So the video, that's like it was at the video shoots and doing the behind the scenes.
Right.
My dad forgot about that.
But it used to be amazing because we used to love certain videos, and then we used to see the
I always like the element of seeing the behind the scenes. Like obviously you see the video, but this everything that went on to make the video always intrigued me to watch that stuff.
I just feel like rap basement gave rappers a chance to show they could actually rap because they used to go into that little booth. Mm-hmm. Remember that? And they just used to spit. There was no gimmicks, no nothing. They just used to spit, and you respected them more. I used to love Rhapsody. And I also used to think he was funny.
But yeah, of course, that's times when like I said, rap and hip hop was getting its flowers. There's no shows like that no more. No shows like that.
Nah, 106 was like that.
That's my point. I'm saying rap and hip hop was getting its flowers that it was supposed to. I feel like nowadays in the mainstream, people don't really care about rap unless your name is Drake or J. Cole or Kendrick.
That's how I feel. Don't do that. Don't do that because they do give them their flowers, Johnny. I think Johnny.
I feel like award shows don't be giving them their flowers neither. Like I feel like it's been like a long time since the Grammys really cared about rap music.
When did the Grammys ever? And this is the thing. This is the thing. Y'all can't expect these predominant white award shows to give flowers to us.
No, but I just feel like
And that's why the BET Awards was so important. I think that's what got lost was the BET Awards giving the rappers their flowers. That's what got lost. That's what got lost. But I don't think it's any of their responsibility to give our rappers flowers. It's our responsibility to give
oh
our
yeah,
rappers
I
flowers.
understand that point. Yeah, but I'm just saying
Right.
like
So Rap Basement 106 Park, access granted. I mean, all those, even the uncut, right,
mhm.
gave the rappers who like that incident that happened with Nelly. Remember that when he swiped the credit card to the
Oh
girl's
yeah,
butt,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they took it off air and they shunned him and all that shit happened. It gave him the opportunity to play his video. It gave him an opportunity for his music to be heard. So I don't. Again, BET was supposed to be that spokesperson for the Black community where we could go watch our own videos, where we could go support our own artists. Rap Basement really did that for the artist. It gave you an opportunity to show your basically your platform and your talent. So to bring it back now, of course, I think it's late. I think we should have been, instead of having all these
You know what I'm saying?
drama
It's so
shows.
much. I'm saying there's so much stuff in the streaming world. Like there's so many platforms now. I felt like he could have been brought it back if he really wanted to now, because there's more opportunities to bring it back. That's how I feel. I feel like it should have came back.
So if that's the case, One in Fiction Park should come back. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
one they could bring back 106 if they want
Wait,
to.
why was that? Yeah, different from the Rap City. I mean, the Rap Basement coming
Because you
back.
know what I'm saying, the difference is they bring back 106. They're not gonna bring back AJ and Free, and that's what most people. Everybody felt like once 106 wasn't the same once AJ and Free left, and I don't think they'll come back to 106. That's what I'm saying. But we know Tigger is coming back for Rap Basement if they do Rap Basement. If it's officially coming
So
out,
if they would have had a different artist, you wouldn't have been okay with it.
I don't know. It would have been different. It wouldn't have been the same. That's how it would have been. I feel like
But
I would have.
then what you just said contradicts what you said before.
What are you talking about?
You just said rapper deserves their flowers. So it didn't matter who came back to
No,
host the
no.
show. If rappers deserve their flowers, they're gonna get their.
All right,
Do you get
but
what I'm saying?
no. I understand that point, but what I'm saying, it would be different because they put. It's not guaranteed they were gonna put another artist on the basement to replace Tigger. That's what I'm saying. Like
But
if
what
it's
I'm saying to you, but what I'm saying to you is, I just asked you a simple question. If they would have put another artist to replace Tigger, would you have watched the Rap Basement?
I would watch the first episode, see how it goes. Yeah, I would have to give it a try to see if it goes. If it wasn't like I feel like thing, because I feel like the freestyles is more of Tigger's actually wanting to rap with the artist, you know. So if you put like an artist there that's not really trying to rap with the other artists or trying to showcase I can rap with them, Tigger was
Johnny,
actually
I
trying
think
to
I
hold
think
his
you
weight
I
with
think you
his rap.
losing I think you're losing the point. If rappers deserve their flowers, whether Tigger is the the host or not, wouldn't they again? And I think that's the problem. That was the problem. Tigger was going through this court battle and going through all these paperwork with them and trying to come up with a price that he deserves. That's why they didn't bring back Rap City because they had people say what you say. If it's not Tigger, then we're not gonna watch it. So then
I feel
it's
like he
not
wanted
about
it
the
to.
artist,
I feel like he wanted it to be like that too. 'Cause
right?
at that point, it's his.
But then it's not about the artist. Then it's not about the rapper getting their flowers.
Cause the one thing I would say is, they didn't break through no artist, but everyone looked forward to an artist being on the show.
Right. But then it's not about the artist, it's about Tigger.
I understand your point. I'm just saying at this point, it's as a whole, and the way he went about it on the show created a nice platform that we remember it for till this day. And like I said, rap deserves its flower. But if you say an artist, but say they put an artist that's not really a rapper to host Rap City, what if they don't
But
put a rapper on?
Tigger's not a rapper.
You said who?
He's not a rapper.
He was trying to rap.
You could try to be a gymnast. Doesn't make you a gymnast.
Shit, did he? He had a well, he had a verse on an R. Kelly song.
Okay, does that make him a rapper?
Yeah.
I'm a rapper too, guys. So go check my shit out.
He was trying to rap.
If you thinking, you a rapper, guys. If you
Well,
thinking, you a
realistically,
rapper.
Bree,
No,
nowadays
nah,
everybody raps.
that's some bullshit, Johnny.
That's the facts.
Just because
Everybody
you
raps.
rap doesn't make you a rapper,
That's true. But
right?
everybody raps, and I'm pretty sure 99.9% of everybody who raps think they're
So
rapping.
then it wouldn't have been hard to find a host. You just digging a hole for yourself because then
How
it
am
wouldn't
I
have been
thinking of
hard.
hoes?
Because then it wouldn't have been
No,
hard to find a host. Everybody raps. Everybody raps. So to find a host for Rap City, Rap
no,
Basement wouldn't have been hard.
no. But my
Nope.
point is, through the corporation, is would they have hired someone who raps or a rapper? No,
Then
they
you
probably wouldn't have.
definitely would have. You definitely would have watched it.
No, hell no. They went and got a whole singing person. Why am I watching Rap City hosted
You
by a
still would have
singer?
watched it.
No, hell no. Hell no. Nah, Bree.
You still
Rap
would have watched
City
it.
put it's gonna work out. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna host it by himself. He's probably gonna have a co-host, and he probably the co-host. Well, we're gonna see how it works if it comes
You
out.
still
We'll
would have
see.
watched it. All right.
No, you're gonna have some singing person singing
All right.
the whole show. It's like it's not Rap City. They need to put him on something else. But
You
again,
still
we're
would have
gonna
watched it.
stick with rap. Bree, your guy dropped the album, new music. Expensive Pain by Meek is out on all streaming platforms. So if you ain't
It
listening,
surely is.
check it out. Bree, you finally dropped the new music.
I know.
You love it. You love the album. It's alright.
So let me clear up some stuff, Johnny, because I gotta clear up some air.
Mm-hmm.
I love Meek in the sense that I love Meek's story, right? So Meek went from this hood nigga who got a case, right? Who they were never able to prove that it was him, right? Selling drugs and doing all this other shit. The judge then put him into jail and gave him a lifetime of probation. And she was really trying him, right? So Meek's story is one of the best stories to me. It's a come up story, right? So who doesn't love a come up story? Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why Meek is my favorite rapper. I think his story is just one for the books, right? And he can rap. So with this album, I'm expecting the great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that with Meek this time. I don't know what happened to Meek. I need to talk to him personally.
Well, he seems to always deliver a good ass intro. The intro is fire.
The intro is dope.
Yeah, he always delivers on the intro. Like,
but kind of
maybe you get. You know what I'm saying, maybe it probably does do that, but it's probably off first listen. Then you got to listen to it again.
Did you hear it?
I've listened to it. I didn't finish the whole album. I listened to a half.
Right, and okay. Did you find anything that you can bump again?
The intro, yeah, the intro. The intro, no, but what's the name of the other record? I think it's called On My Soul. I think that's what the record's called. That's another record he put out. He also put out the video to it too. He put out a couple of videos also.
Right.
But I think that was the record. I can tell you right now, but I think that's the other one I like. Outside the intro, but I just feel like the intro is tough.
It is. I give the intro 100 out of 100, but
Yeah, On My Soul's
again,
next record that I like, and I like. I don't know. I like the shit with him, Baby, and Dirt. The sharing locations. I like that record.
I didn't like it.
I don't know if everybody likes it, but I like it.
Again, it went. Oh, I don't know. It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit for me. I feel like every album that came out except for Kanye this year sounds the fucking same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
over
I was
it.
just saying, if anything, you listen to again, and sometimes it be like that with certain
I mean,
albums.
I'm definitely gonna listen to it again. It's Meek, okay? I'm definitely gonna listen to it again. Duh,
Hmm.
Johnny. But first listen just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I just wasn't feeling it. I was just like, this ain't it. This ain't
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And apparently you
yeah.
didn't. But again, when you listen to Kanye, right? And we talked about it, you was like, yo, there was more than one song that you was like, yo, this shit is dope.
Hmm.
For me, you really not feeling that. For me, you're like,
But I listened to the full album. Yeah, I listened to half. I'm gonna finish it and then re-listen to it and then have a better opinion to give of it. But it was off to a decent start. The intro jumped off to a great start, and then you know that's just my opinion on it.
that's your opinion on it.
Yes.
And listen, I'm gonna need these artists to keep their album 15 songs or less. This shit of more than
But
15
I told
songs.
you it's
I don't know where we started doing that, when we started doing that shit, but I'm gonna need us to go back to the old times where 15 was the minimum, was the maximum, okay?
it's
Because
the
this
stream
shit right here,
it's the streaming platforms. It's
no, I get it, Johnny, but damn, the attention spans of the Gen Zs are not that good. you
I'm just
gotta
saying, like, as I
we
said,
gotta
that
keep it
you
at
heard me. That's why you
15.
made fun of me. That's
Oh
why I
my
said,
god.
you heard. That's why I said I listened to half the album. Now listen to half albums like listen to a album. If you on certain these albums, listen to half. It's like listen to a whole album. Listen to two albums. That's how many records they be
But then
putting
some
out.
of these albums you can't even put it on speaker. You have to listen to it from your headphones.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, dude, I'm supposed to have my headphones in for 20, 19, 18 on songs. Come on, man, you playing games.
And it
Listen,
jumps varies from
I
two
just feel
minutes
like
minimum to 5 minutes max.
right,
The
and I just feel like the problem here is because they doing so many songs, they starting to lose like
quality, the quality.
right. So now we have quantity, but no quality. And I'm getting tired of that. Does that make sense? Like it
Yeah,
becomes played out. It's just it's I don't know.
it's just the way streaming platforms is. It's more about the quantity. The more you put out, equals
I
more
get
money.
that, Johnny, but I remember when music was about the quality. Does
Of
that make sense?
course, quality always comes
And
first.
that's why I think J. Cole shit was one of my favorite shits to drop.
So far, yeah, I think to me he has the best album so far.
Right,
Of
right,
this year release, he still got it.
right. 100%.
Mhm.
The songs are like a minute and a half, sometimes two. The album is not crazy long, and it gets to the fucking point, and it still hits the mark. It still hits. He understood the assignment. That's all I gotta say.
Mhm.
Meek, I don't know what the fuck happened, but he didn't understand the assignment.
Well, he let it be known. I'm gonna let you know how it goes when I finally complete listening to the album.
You do that, Johnny. Don't disrespect Meek like that ever again. I listen to the whole album.
I listen. Uh, I had a nice eventful weekend. I didn't have time to sit and listen to the album.
I don't care. You don't ever
Put
disrespect Meek
I
like that, all
put
right?
enough music I listened to, but I will finish it and I'll let you know how it goes. But then that's all. That's all. And with that being said, Bree, this is
We
a
are.
wrap on a brand new episode of Another Shitty Opinion podcast. It's your boy
Yes.
John, my co-host Bree, and we out. Do
All right.
the
Ready for my
do the quick pose for the